This show is sponsored by Toshiba. Turbo supercharge your rig with a Q-Series Pro SSD from Toshiba. Learn more about these fast and reliable SSDs at toshiba.com.
Hey everyone, Travis here on day 1, week 9 of the EU LCS coverage presented by Toshiba. Here with Cyanide of Fnatic, fresh off of your win against Rockhat, who are having a rough time right now. You guys looking good. Let's talk about that game first, because I'd love to know, what really allowed you guys to win against them. Was it like pick and bans or like in-game strategy?
We didn't really have a special strategy heading into the game. We just played as it went. So they were pushing top and we were just freezing bottom because we knew there was pretty much no way they could push us with the setup they had. And we just played it pretty chill and tried to focus on doing some pickoffs, and we did on the Lee Sin at race, I believe, and then we just took Drake and kind of snowballed from that slowly.
You don't think that, maybe your time in Katowice allowed you to have insight into the Polish mind, and that's what allowed you to beat them?
Perhaps.
Okay. Hey, let's talk about Jungle Kha'Zix, who is now seeing some popularity. What do you think of Jungle Kha'Zix at the moment?
I think it's really strong because you have tons of damage and then you have the stealth, so you can pretty much just jump to a team and be there for 6 seconds or something and not die, and then jump out when someone eventually dies. So yeah, it's one of the strongest picks. It was kind of a buff actually what Riot did to him, probably by accident. The ult is a bit stupid now. I think it's no reason not to evolve it, and it's just stupidly strong.
Do you expect to see nerfs in the future?
Yeah, I hope so.
Now let's jump back to IEM Katowice. Obviously, we saw Jungle Kha'Zix there, but I'd love to talk to you about your guys' performance there, actually making it to the finals. Do you think that you're going to come back from that right now with just a ton of experience from that, or do you think that taking time away from LCS was kind of weird for you? What effect did IEM Katowice have on your performance in the next couple of weeks?
The international experience is always nice, but we already have a ton of that. So it's mostly getting back on track. We played on this huge tournament with a lot of pressure, and now when you play on LCS, you're oh, well, it's just LCS, So that can help a bit, just in being more confident.
Why do you think you were able to make it to the finals? You guys had kind of a weird set of days there for a while, but yeah, what do you think allowed you to get to the finals?
First we lost to IG, and they were good, but they were not that great. And then we managed to somehow beat Millennium with a comeback and beat IG again. And about Cloud9 game, I was a bit worried since they seem very strong, and they actually are, but we beat them as well. We just played very well, and then obviously we got 0-3 by bullets, but yeah, they're really good. Yeah. So
it happens. Korean teams are crazy. Hey, let's talk about Cloud9 match, because this is quickly becoming a rivalry. You guys seem to just keep facing each other. Do you think that you know them pretty well now in game after playing them so much, or is it a new thing every time you play them?
Meta always changed, so it changed the entire flow of the game, but they're always very objective focused, and they do it very, very well. And yeah, I think Meteos is really good as well, and yeah, they are just all around very strong.
Now, so far, we saw you guys beat them at Worlds, and then they beat you at Battle of the Atlantic, and then you beat them at IEM Katowice. Do you think that this means that you guys are both going to go to All-Stars, and then that this time it'll be Cloud9's turn to beat you? Because it seems like you guys just sort of trade off.
Yeah, it's possible. If we make it to All-Stars, it's going to be really demoralizing going against Cloud9, because we know we're going to lose anyway.
That's what happens whenever you just sort of do this. What do you think of All-Stars, by the way, being in Paris and sort of the new format and all that kind of thing?
I didn't really look that much into it yet, since I'm always I just go into the tournament and I'm oh, this is how it works. So yeah, it's going to be cool. I think Paris is going to be really nice to go there.
Okay, so then you'll be there then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Of course. Why not? Now, other than that, what do you see for your guys? You've got about 3 weeks left, obviously, even like the Super Week right before then. How do you see Fnatic progressing over the course of those weeks? Do you think that you guys are gonna start picking up and maybe take like the bolt of energy you got from IEM Katowice and use it to get a bunch of wins in the next couple of weeks?
I certainly hope so, but all the EU teams are really, really strong right now, so it's going to be impossible to tell, because all the smallest things matter, like doing a mistake normally you wouldn't do. It's going to lose the game, so I think we're going to do definitely better than we were doing before, but like I said, we'll just have to see.
Now, you mentioned that EU teams are really strong right now. What do you think that says about Korea, since you guys obviously had the 0-3 against them?
Yeah, Korean teams are really strong as well. Like, it's going to be tough going against them. I was thinking at the start of the split and stuff that maybe EU is going to have really good chances because all the teams are really super good, so you have a lot of good training in LCS. But then KT Bullets come here and people are saying they are not doing that great in Korea, and then they just totally stomped us, so it was a bit sad. But I think they were really good. Like, if the other Korean teams are better, then just whatever,
Understandable. Now, you guys had, or you guys have a couple games ahead of you. If you had to say, like maybe the next 3 games or so, how many you would win or lose, just making a crazy guess, what would you say?
2-1.
2-1. There you go. I like it. It's bold. Hey, do you have anything that you want to say to any of your NA fans? Because I'm over here doing the interviews with the EU guys, and there's a lot of Fnatic fans back in the States, and also Canada, because they get angry every time I don't include them whenever I say NA. What do you have anything that you want to say to them?
Just nothing special. Thanks for being our fans, and keep up the good job.
Well, I'm sure they would say keep up the good job to you too, Cyanide. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of the EU LCS. Again, thank you so much for the interview at ongamers.com.